Today on Divorce Court. Today we have a couple who can't seem to call it quits no matter how bad it gets. After years of chronic cheating and lying, she now believes he may have fathered a child with another woman in their neighborhood. Let's find out if the DNA results will be the final deal breaker.
Divorce Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Shannon Jones and Thomas Echols. I remember y'all. Last time you were here for a divorce, which I understand, which you got.
Yes, ma'am.
But we're back again for reasons I have yet to ascertain. But before we do that, I want everybody to see and remind you what you said and what I said to you about what you said. Take a look behind you.
She judges herself by what you say to her. And when you call her out a name, when you call her fat, when you make her feel less than, when you pick at her, when you whittle away, tip, 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 you ain't doing this right, you're tearing up the core of who she is. And it's hard to love a man who makes you feel like you're less than who you are. And you must quit. And you must quit verbally attacking and abusing her. If I were you, I wouldn't come back either. I'd make this brother beg. He needs to jump through some hoops. He needs to crawl on the ground. He needs to roll over and play dead if that's what you need him to do. And he has to prove himself on a consistent, ongoing basis that he can change.
So you divorced him?
Yes, ma'am. I have the...
Got the degree. We were done.
Yes,
I spoke my word. You made your move. Then what happened?
We still live together.
How does that happen? You're divorced. Who didn't leave?
He didn't leave. We can't. We have communication problems. We don't communicate. When I ask him things, he just lie about everything, and I'm just tired of it. He gotten worse, not better, economically. Oh my God!
But I still can't get to the part where you don't like him. So you divorced him?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you leave?
Because it's my house. He gotta leave.
Is it her house?
That's what they say.
That's what they say?
Yes, ma'am.
Is they the government? Is they the law?
Well, I'm saying that the judge at the courthouse said, get your stuff and leave. She told me to get all my furniture out of her house, my cars and stuff. But I told her, you come put me out.
Did you not want the divorce?
Not really. I ain't see nothing wrong.
That's because you were making her unhappy. She wasn't making you unhappy. See what I'm saying?
Well, I don't see no reason she'd have been unhappy. I was taken care of real well.
Did you hear anything I told you the first time you came over here to bother me?
Yes, ma'am. You said, why don't you start trying to date her and start all over? So I did all that.
No, but I told you were whittling away at her. You were constantly denigrating her, make her feel bad. Did you hear all that?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you stop that?
Yes, ma'am. I've been encouraging her, trying to keep her uplifted, make her feel better. So,
Ms. Jones, he says he's a better man and he ain't leaving. What do you say?
Well, I want him to leave back, but he's not a better man. He tries to prove himself to me by getting the number changed, saying that the women that call, he never know who anybody is.
Right.
You know, I'm just tired of the foolishness.
Right.
It's just
it's just like, it seems that he's lying to you all the time about everything.
I can't ask him nothing without him. It's always an excuse, and whatever I catch him doing, like being somewhere, it's always somebody else's fault. Why
he's not where he's supposed to be.
And why he does what he do. It's my fault because he cheats. But he tells me he's not cheating. But I don't give enough sex, I don't do this. So he gonna do this or that. And I mean, you know, to me, it's not fair to me. If you're not gonna do nothing, I divorced you, I allowed you to stay. Because in my heart, I still love you, you know, but I can't continue you to keep betraying me and belittling me and, you know, making me feel unhappy and miserable while you making he makes me miserable by making himself happy. That's what he do. He enjoys that.
Mr. Echols, your response to that, are you cheating on her?
No, ma'am. I'm a businessman, self-employed. So
right.
I do auto mechanic and all other kind of trades. So folks be calling and I did change my number a few times. But this new number I got, folks been calling the phone, because of whoever had the phone, they were calling. And that's probably what happened. She always saying women's calling and I'm cheating. I don't know. She ain't never called me. She ain't never found my hat laying beside no woman's bed or nothing. So I don't think I'm cheating.
You said she never caught you. You didn't really say you didn't cheat. Do you see what I'm saying there,
Yes,
Mr. Echols? And you're smiling over there. So we know you're doing the wrong thing.
I'm not cheating. I got diabetes. It don't work too much no more, so it's over with.
Well, I stopped grabbing it, you know, like I was the last time, you know, making
You
a
stopped
buck
grabbing
like
it.
So
but the diabetes, he used that as
no more. Yeah, I don't have to do that no more.
So you're saying that physically you cannot function as you once did.
Yes, ma'am.
Hence, you are not cheating.
Right.
Because it's not working anyway.
Yes, right.
It's
You
working
said
fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He used that excuse. Have used it so much that it turned me off.
Well, I'm going to talk to you, Mr. Echols. You seem to have a couple of problems with this relationship as it continues since you won't leave the house. One, it's about money.
Oh, my God.
And another is you say you try to be more compassionate and satisfying, but it isn't easy because she's not easy to please. So I'm going to figure out what you're talking about and why she's so hard to please. There's a lot of guys who, when you're almost out the door, they act right.
Yeah,
and then you turn around and you come back. Now, the first time, that's on him. 2, 3,
Man,
4,
minutes,
5, 6, that's on you.
The only thing I get upset about is when he say he's gonna give me some money and he don't do it. He'll brag about it, what he got, spread money on the bed and everything. Tell me what he got. Yeah, you broke, you ain't got this. I'm like, how am I supposed? We married. If what you got is supposed to be mine too.
In your paperwork, Mr. Echols. That's what you were talking about last time. Your money is your money and her money is to take care of the house. This is what you said in your paperwork. I try not to make everything about money, but it's not easy. I let her borrow money, but she doesn't pay me back. We go to the casino and I give her money, but she's always complaining and never gives me any money back. Do you contribute to the household?
Yes, ma'am.
In what way?
I really be taking care, like I'm the head of the house, which I am. I take care of everything.
When you say I take care of everything, do you pay the rent or the mortgage?
I pay the rent, the mortgage, whatever you want to name it.
Lights, gas, all of that.
Well, I let her pay the light bill. I pay the mortgage.
Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
He does pay the mortgage?
He does.
Why are you complaining about her not paying you back?
She be wanting substantial amount of money.
For what? Give me an example.
One time she went and pawned our ring. She got it on her finger. She never tried to go, and I found out that she had pawned the ring, so I went and got them.
I didn't want the ring no more, so I went and pawned.
That was the time when you were divorced.
Then the next...
Do y'all know what divorce means? Maybe that's my problem here. You guys are complaining about you don't like one another, but that's the reason why you got divorced. And now you're back here complaining about the same problems.
Yeah.
You don't believe you should have ever gotten the divorce.
Correct. I love my wife.
Tell me about Big Bird. You told me about her before.
This woman, he just saw her a couple of weeks ago. He told me he think that that's who it was. Okay, you dated this woman before. You know her front and back, side to side. So why you gonna say, I think that was her? Which I'm getting to the point, I just don't really care about what he do. I'm just ready to be free.
Tell me about the karaoke bar.
A place called Marlowe's he goes to. He started buying salads from there. And I asked him, when you started going there? We never went there. And I know I'm pretty sure he took somebody there or somebody that goes there wanted something and he went. When he go to new places, it's only because somebody else introduced him to it, because I know about him, but I don't go. Because him being cheap, he's not gonna want to pay for nothing. Very cheap.
Are you cheap, Mr. Echols?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you ever spend any money on her? We know you spend it on yourself. Do you spend it on her?
All the time.
And when
When's the last time you bought her something that you didn't expect her to pay you back for?
Yesterday.
What?
Whatever she wanted.
No. If you bought something yesterday, you need to know what it was. What was it?
Well, we stopped at some kind of Lenny. It was a Lenny at the airport.
It was a what?
Lenny's, some kind of snack bar thing.
So you bought her a snack?
No, she bought her something like a submarine sandwich or something like that.
Anything he does for me or spend his money on, you know, he always tell me that that's a way, he wasting his money. And I'm tired of it. I really just don't know what to do, Jan. I don't know what to do. You know. And
Well, okay, I just did another favor. She had went upon her car title. I went and paid it off for her. It was a substandard amount of money. Yeah. And I took care of that for her. I didn't ask for that money back.
Yeah, let me ask
But
you,
you know why?
You do talk about on here about you just pay $100 back, and you said, I bought her something yesterday, I bought her something to eat. Don't you buy, like, really nice cars for yourself to impress people? How many cars you got? How much money have you spent on that?
A little nothing.
A little or nothing?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you spend a lot of money on your family? Don't you, and friends? Do you big time in it? You know, passing money around, but
I be helping folks. You know, I thank God allowed me to help them folks. That's when He don't allow me to work. So I work for myself on my terms so I can help folks.
Are you helping everybody but her?
I'm helping her too.
You know, the only reason he did what he said about the car, I took off the whole month of June to put him out. So he was getting some money from an accident. So he just decided, well, since I had to pay that, he decided to pay it off. And that was another manipulation, to manipulate me, you know, to stay.
Right.
And I just keep falling for it. That's
called,
what makes me mad about myself.
That's called an AOD move. Almost out the door.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys who, when you're almost out the door, they act right.
Yeah, and then after that,
then you turn around and you come back. Now, the first time, that's on him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's on you.
Every time. And he tells people, you know, he talks about me, makes them think that I'm a bad person, and it's not fair. I
got you. I want to know. I got you. I want to know what specifically you've seen that makes you believe he's cheating.
A young lady called. She said that he's gonna have to get a DNA test, and I asked her why. She said because my baby might be his.
Would you pay your spouse back if they asked you for money you borrowed? Tell us what you think at Divorce Court.
So he'll keep pushing himself on me, and I grab him by the I have your hand full.
You handle his situation?
I sure do.
She'll get my situation. Squeal, I go around.
I have to walk around like that. I do.
I won't lie to you, young. She walked me around out for a minute. It used to be 2. It feel like it's 4.
Is there one specific other woman about whom you have concerns?
He's supposed to have made a baby since the show. A young lady called, and you know, he denied that too. He denies everything, and just finish
the story about the lady who called with the baby.
She was a associate of mine, and she would call me, you know, and I would help her out, and she was a friend of his too. But she told me that nothing was going on because I assumed that, and but she said no. So one particular day she called me and she said that he's gonna have to get a DNA test, and I asked her why. She said because my baby might be his, and I'm like, you know, my heart just fell to my feet. I got nervous and cried. I just didn't know how to feel, you know, because they both lied and betrayed me. And they supposedly have a baby out there, and she probably is about 4 now. And I really would like to know if it's his child.
Mr. Echols, there's the baby.
He denies.
Mr. Echols, do you believe that you're the father of that child?
No, ma'am.
Is it a possibility that you could be the father of that child?
No, ma'am.
None whatsoever?
No one ever.
Never had sexual relations with that woman at all?
I can't lie like that.
So there is a possibility. You did have sexual relations with that woman?
In the past, I have.
Doing the marriage.
But not in the future.
In the past and not in the future.
Right.
Well, the child is 4, so maybe 5 years ago?
Maybe.
Was that a possibility?
Maybe 5 years ago I might have could, but not these.
But then that baby would be 4 now. You working the math? I'm not good at math, but that I got.
Well, no, Your Honor, I went to the doctor some years ago, and they said something I had got out to something that kind of messed my blood cell counts up, so I couldn't make
So you believe you're not physically capable of
Making
having a
no
baby
kid.
with
I
somebody,
guess-
as opposed to you didn't actually have sex with somebody else?
Yes, ma'am.
So, if you want to run around, why don't you just go?
Good idea. That's a good idea.
Well, you're staying because it's convenient?
Yes.
Yes.
And he knows how to manipulate me, and I keep allowing him to, and I'm just tired of it.
Well, we have a third party here that's going to help us resolve some issues with respect to this specific situation. We also have some information based upon some scientific testing we've gotten with respect to this situation as well. So I just want you to know that we have that. But in the interim, I want to take a look at that divorce decree, because what we order, we can enforce. So, Nick, could you bring that over to me now? I'm going to take a look at this,
Yes, ma'am.
remind myself what it says. Then I'm going to talk to you about what we got to show you and figure out what we're going to do next. What would you do if you divorced your spouse, but they refused to move out? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. Ms. Jones, Mr. Echols, I'm mad at you because I think you take advantage of Ms. Jones' better nature. I think you're comfortable at her house, and you do what you want to, when you want to, how you want to, and you don't care what it does to her. You know, in the previous time when she was here and we saw that, she was angry. Now she's just plain hurt. She can't even raise her voice about it now because she's so busy crying. And I don't know how you can, as a man, look over to the woman that's living in the house with you, see her this hurt, and continue to behave the way you do. Having said that, I will say this. The order was that he was divested of all interest in that property. When we order stuff,
Yes, ma'am.
it's enforceable. He don't want to go, call back. We send somebody over there to get him. Make him go. There's a process and procedure for that. But since it seems you're not going to take the logical way out, and there's this one particular individual that is stuck in the middle of the situation, let's bring out the person in question. Ms. Lester? Ms. Lester, I understand you have a relationship with Mr. Echols?
Yes, well, I used to.
Okay. Well, we're going to find out the nature of that relationship and what happened as a function thereof, and also have the DNA results on that baby you say isn't yours.
It's not.
This court is in recess, and it will be reconvened at a later time.
Well, me and Mr. Echols had a relationship of 10 years before he married Shannon. He asked me to marry him, and I told him, no, I didn't love you like that. I love your money.
Hold up. You actually said, I don't love you like that, I love your money?
Yes, ma'am.
I said, you still messing with her? Nah, I don't want that trash. You know, he was talking about her like a dog, and he would just say all kind of ugly stuff, but I would cut him out because when he do that, a man do that, I know he lying.
My little girl was 1 year old. She looked at him and said, Dad.
Do you believe he is Dad?
If he is child support, here I come.